Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in to another episode of notanalog.com. Today I'm looking at the Motorola Defy, Android 2.1, a little old, around 6.8 hours of talk time, not at all. 5 megapixel camera with a flash, and has flash on Android. The Android browser, which I'm quite a fan of. This device synchronizes with almost everything. I'm just going to run through them. Microsoft Exchange will do your contacts, calendar, and mail. Does Google Contacts, Calendar, and Mail, does Facebook Contacts, Calendar, and Mail, does MySpace, does Twitter, PhotoBucket, Picasa, Last.fm, Yahoo Mail, all straight out of the box. As soon as you turn it on, it basically allows you to connect to all those services straight away. Micro USB on the side for charging and connecting to your PC. Google Maps, which does GPS, navigation, with even traffic updates, which is really cool. DLNA for sharing the media on the device to devices around the home, wireless BGN with wireless hotspots as well, which is a really cool feature, which saved me a couple of times. Voice dialing, voice dictation, and readout as well. About a 3.7-inch screen, 480 by 854 resolution, weighs about 118 grams, which is really not much at all. 2 gig hard drive on the inside. It's got a 2 gig micro SD card built in as well, which you can upgrade to 32 if you want to. And it runs 512 mega RAM, which is a little low, but I'm going to run through this phone and show you what it's like. And I'm also going to test the claims of being splash proof and dust proof. This is going to be an interesting one, so hang in there. Alright, so I have taken the device out of the box. I wanted to show you this piece of paper which comes with it straight up, just to make sure that you know that it's water resistant, not waterproof. However, I did a couple of tests, and you'll see a little video I'm going to play back soon. And I think I'm also going to do a live waterproof test, because I think, you know what, I think this is waterproof. Anyway, so rubbish. This is the Motorola Defy. Just going to turn the device on. Alright, let's have a look. So you'll straight away see the home screen. Now, with Android, you don't have just one home screen. You have up to 7 home screens. So they can all be customized with whatever widgets you want and whatever news feeds or social feeds that you like. You'll see there's my Twitter at the top. There's my social feed here, which does Twitter and Facebook. This one shows my email, and I've got some little shortcuts at the bottom. I'm just going to place it down and try and do it this way. So I'm just going to go straight into the apps section, and out of the box this phone is just loaded with apps. The file manager for browsing, so go to the top. Let's start from the top then. The 3G hotspot, this is so handy. I had my internet at home go down while I had this device. Use a 3G hotspot, which basically shares your internet connection on the phone, and it was absolutely amazing. Really made some good use of that. And it was so easy to set up. So I'm just going to go back. The Motorola Blur is a way that which you can manage your phone remotely. If you lose your phone, you are able to wipe it. So that is a good added security. Adobe Reader, which I did use quite significantly as well. Opening PDFs is really important for me. The alarm and timer, nothing too fancy there. I'm just going to go in the browser. Okay, I've got the Not Analog homepage on here. Browsing is pretty smooth, and if I pinch to zoom and zoom out, it's pretty good. And obviously it does support flash as well, which is great. Again, we're just going to press the link, go back. Okay, calculator, pretty simple. Calendar, the calendar integrates all of your different appointments, so you can sort of flick through different days. Really smooth, quite fast too, so you'll see all my appointments, being such a busy person. And the camcorder, which is for video recording, camera for taking photos. The car dock is really cool. If you have this device in a dock which is stuck to your windshield, this is where this comes really handy. Is you've got these big buttons for using the device while you're driving. So, you know, making a call, you can add, you know, favorite contacts or hit recent contacts. Location for navigation, and you know, Google Maps. Voice search for being able to do things without having to touch your phone, and obviously playing some music. I found that really cool. It's just going to go back. City Search, which is a Telstra add-in, which works quite well still. The contacts, because it does integrate all of your Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, corporate contacts, a lot end up pouring in. So what you can do is you can hide and show. So you then select which contacts you want to see, which is great. Okay, so DLNA, awesome feature. Basically allows you to share any content, photos, music, video from this device onto any DLNA TV or from a PlayStation or from your Blu-ray player. A lot of products being built in with DLNA, and it's just an easy way of sharing your content. It worked well as well. Email, Facebook. The Facebook app is pretty good. It actually has a lot of the features that you're used to seeing on iPhone, which was really good to see, and worked very well as well. The file manager, I'm just going to go into the gallery. What can I show you in here? I'm just going to go into the photos. I put some photos on here. Obviously it does the whole same sort of thing that you'd be used to seeing on an iPhone. Pinch to zoom as well. Zoom out. The screen is actually really quite crisp as well. And yeah, I had no problems with it. Very smooth. Just going to go into the videos, launch an AVI file, press play. There it goes. Really simple. Hit it again. I'm going to pause that and go back out. So the video part works fairly well. I'm not going to complain too much about it. I'm just going to flick back here. And the Gmail worked really well as well. Can't complain about that at all. Sorry, I'm just conscious of where the camera is. I'm sorry if I keep cutting you guys out. Latitude, which is sort of like a Places, but for Google. Listen, it's good for podcasts. So here you can sort of subscribe to podcasts, have them download over the air and things like that, which is really quite cool. Again, another Google product. Most of this phone is just loaded with Google products. Whereas Maps, which wasn't that useful considering you've got Google Maps, which is phenomenal, works really well. When it loads, obviously I'm inside, it's not helping the cause, but you've all seen Google Maps before. The media sharing, which is similar to that DLNA, it just kind of helps you through it. So it will talk you through step by step on how to share your media with your DLNA equipped TV. Really good. Messaging, which is basically your email. You can select which inbox you want to open, whether it's your text messages, Facebook messages, Twitter, work account, LinkedIn. So much there. The navigation, which really is a GPS navigation system. If you have a Navman, if you don't have a Navman and you want to buy a new phone, this would be a good solution just because the built-in navigation is really good. The traffic was awesome to see when I was on my way to work, finding which were the bad spots, and you can actually work out ways to avoid it as well, which is really handy. The news widget, you can kind of subscribe to RSS feeds. That's what it basically is, and it works really well. The phone portal, I got to talk about this. This is cool. Not a lot which you can do from the actual phone itself, but say for example I have this phone connected to Wi-Fi. Sorry, message just came through. If the phone's connected to Wi-Fi, I am then able to manage the phone from my laptop or a desktop on the same network. And that means sharing media, so taking content off and on the device, as well as reading SMS or email, sending SMS and email. There's a lot there which you can do, and even just changing the ringtone or changing the wallpaper. The portal really does a lot, the phone portal. It's really cool. It is a Motorola feature, so you're not going to see it on other Android phones unless it's a Motorola device. Some barcode scanning software, some social networking apps. I'm not a big fan of social networking apps just because I like to go into Twitter, I like to go into Facebook to see the actual core app. Google Talk, it's forever signed in, and it works really well, and it's very quick. Voice command, text messaging, YouTube, Yellow Pages. Telstra does add a lot of extra features. You'll see like Yellow Pages, White Pages, the weather, the sports chat, the Big Pond movies, Big Pond music. There's so much there. I did forget the music app, didn't I?
just going to go into that real quick then. You can see you've got radio, music, videos, community. I'm just going to go into just my music. I'm just going to hit songs, shuffle, see if we can get something.
Eminem is not very good.
Pretty quick. You know, it just works.
Check it out. All the ladies are just cheap.
Just pause that and go back out. And that's the majority of the phone. I'm going to show you around it. I didn't get to do this before. You see this is the headphone jack, and there's the power button next to it. You can see it's covered with rubber, and obviously if you wanted to use it, you need to kind of clip the rubber out of it. Anyway, there's a thing in there. You'll see on the side there's all the screws, and there's also the USB port there, again covered in a rubber seal to help the water resistance. On the back, the flash, the camera, and over here you'll see the lock. This is the locking mechanism for the back of the phone to try and stop any water from getting through, so there's nothing on the bottom. And the other thing on the side is the volume rocker.
Okay, you've seen that part of the phone. I'm going to have to split this video into 2 parts because YouTube only allows 15 minutes per side. So now please switch to part 2 because you know what? I'm going to test this phone for if it's waterproof. I'm going to start it off with a waterproof test I did the other day. So check out part 2 right now.